Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M1M, as you know, is the first global virtual accelerator in the world. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue and build beyond, build $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. And in support of this mission, we do these free mentoring roundtables almost every Thursday morning, with a few exceptions here and there due to holidays and travel. This is our 331st session, and the event is being recorded. You'll have access to the recording on our YouTube channel as well as on the blog. If you're live tweeting the show today, please use hashtag 1M1M. You can follow us on @1M by 1M and @Sharma. We publish a lot of interesting content through those Twitter handles, Twitter channels. And the YouTube channel for 1M1M is 1M1M Roundtables, where you'll find recordings of all prior roundtables, a great body of learning material as well. These are the call-in instructions. We're not quite ready for your call-in, but we're going to first work with 3 entrepreneurs, and then we'll turn the call-in on, and I believe we will have time to do some, audience call-in and Q&A during the session today. So just quickly setting expectations for those of you who are going to pitch. This is a working session. We are on your side. We are here to work with you and to help you accelerate your journey, give you some feedback based on our experience. But there is absolutely no other agenda in this than helping you, get further in your business. You may disagree with feedback you get here. That's really your choice on how you want to process the feedback, use the feedback, what you do with it. It's your venture. At the end of the day, it's your venture. Our job is to give you authentic feedback, but it's your job to process that feedback, do the analysis, do the research, and figure out what is the right strategy for you going forward. And if you're not pitching today, do participate by asking questions, because that's how you learn. And the more you ask good questions, the more you're going to, engage and learn from this gathering here. So we're going to start with Nitish Mukherjee in Gurgaon, India. Nitish, please unmute your line and tell us what you're doing with Bluetor.
Good morning, Sona.
Good morning. Go ahead.
In Bluetor, actually, we are doing the digital campaign. We are integrating with our referral platform, with coupons, with offers, and with bulk SMS and bulk email. So every media of digital campaign, we are putting and coming up with a single platform. So you can go to next slide. This is the scope summary. We'll go to it. So this is our team. Okay, these are the few people, those who are engaged and we are working. So I am looking after the technical part mainly. I am having experience of around 17 years in telecom market. Okay, I am in telecom IT professionals. Jitender with me as a co-founder. He is around 12 years experience in IT sales and telecom sales. We have some person branding, Vikram. He is also very, very big experienced person. We have some teams, those who are designed our graphics and our content and design. We have our technology team. There is Jogesh and Aptav is there, who are helping us to design our codes and develop our platform. And there are some other outsourced resources also.
Okay.
So this is how that we want to. This is how the digital campaign platform is. That this is SMS marketing, referrals, coupon, mobile app, mobile advertisement, in-browser notifications, email, everything we are bringing into a single platform. So if any brand or product launch or they want to offer, go into the market, okay, so this is a single platform. So where you can have the detailed analysis and insight of every subscriber. Okay, the behavior of the subscriber, the response of each and every brand and every product or offer. We'll have that info inside of the data, and we can reach in a very short time to a very large number of subscribers. We have a city-based data and we have a other geographical data also to reach to particular
So
brand.
are you maintaining your own lists, or are you expecting your customers to bring their lists to you and develop their lists on your platform?
It's both way. We have a huge million. Is India is a huge subscriber base. India's population is very big population, so we have a very millions of numbers with us in terms of mobile number and email. Okay, but if the customer also come up with some additional numbers, there is no issue that we can accommodate that also. Because some stores and some offline stores have some subscriber details on their
And
registration.
what is the source?
So if those
What is the source of your list?
source of our list, we have some data collectors. Okay, there are those who are like Truecaller and others. Okay, those who get that data from authenticate site, that when user gives the permission to use that data for other services, so we just tie it up with them and we just collect the data from them. Okay, when user gives or get some services and they are getting some mail or some
So you're paying
mailer.
for the
Okay, they
data at this point. You're paying other people who are collecting the data, and you're bringing that into your database.
yes, and I am also collecting.
Okay.
When the user use the coupon, they give their mobile number with these things and all the other details to registration to get that offer. And that is a part of that agreement that we can send the other offers to them. So those who accept
Okay.
those other offers, then only we send. So this is like we are creating opportunities together with other brand and other business. Okay, like all online and offline traditional stores. Okay, because all in India there are some big online stores, but there are thousands of offline stores where there is no coupon and there is
So
no
is it
modern
retail
digital
stores
market.
that is your primary customer target?
Retail stores and obviously our online stores, some big online stores. Okay, that is in our target. Okay,
And what is
so
the
this is
current
about.
situation? Do you have customers?
Current situation is we have done POC for MTNL. MTNL is a government mobile telecom provider in India. So we are doing
Mm-hmm.
POC right now with them. We have some customer for our SMS and email. Okay, we have our Coupon Khajana. We are integrated with 3 Coupon Khajana provider. So we are with Amazon, with Chibame, with all the some top brands. We already connected via third party with them with their coupon. Okay, so this is how currently we are placed. Okay.
So what is the MTNL POC? What are the terms of that POC? What do you need to do in that POC? How does that pan out in terms of revenue model and so forth?
Yes, that is revenue model is a rental basis. Okay, so they will use our platform and they will give us there is some cap limit that they can do this much of referral. Okay, so after successful completion of POC, then there will be a commercial term that is also agreed. So if we successfully able to
What
complete
is
the
the
POC,
commercial
then that
term?
commercial terms.
What are you
Okay, we can
learning?
discuss
My
that.
question is, what are you learning in your customer conversations and POCs? What are you learning about the business model for the business?
Yes. So business as per first MTNL asks the offer for the revenue share model. Okay, so they offer the revenue share model. So whenever whatever the revenue they will get by their from their subscribers, so they will give certain percentage of that. So what we ultimately agreed that we will get some fixed rental and along with some revenue percentage from them. Okay, whatever the revenue. So we still our minimum cost to them by the rental process, and there will be some revenue whatever that comes, then they will share with the certain percentage of the revenue with us with a higher level ceiling with that.
It's very difficult to build businesses like this in a revenue sharing mode, because you're going to need cash to build the business. That's one thing I will point out, is that if you do too much of revenue share kind of deals, it's going to be difficult. The upfront cash needed in bootstrapping is going to be very difficult to get.
No, actually because of that we fix some rental. So every month they will pay us some rental, fixed rental,
How
to
much?
maintain our hardware. That is the basic our hardware rental cost, cloud cost, and our operational cost, our manpower cost that we ensure for them. So
Yeah,
that
but
is
how much? How
still
much are they
from.
paying you in terms of rentals?
No, they will pay these things after successful of POC. They are not paying right now. Right now,
Okay,
POC
how
we
much
are doing from
after
our.
successful completion of POC? How much are they going to pay?
They will pay in Indian currency around 9 lakh rupees per month.
9 lakh per month. That's a very
Yes.
sizable amount.
Yes. But the cost is also there because their size is as a telecom operator. They have millions of subscribers. So we have we need to put multiple resources and we need to put good size of hardware also from cloud and internet bandwidth and all other cost is there. So margin is not that big, but that we have that. We feel that there should not be any cash from our pocket. Okay, so we just see that should be come from our that cost to cost should be maintained.
And how long will it take you to finish the POC?
It will be around 3 months. So it will be 3 months.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
3 months.
3 months. 3 months starting now or 3 months that has already started ticking?
It's already started and just 9 days, 9 days back.
Okay.
So it's
All
another
right.
around.
So by February end, you're going to finish the POC and then you start getting into revenues.
Yes.
And
Yes.
in the meantime, how are you covering your expenses?
We're covering expenses from our own fund.
And what is this funding requirement sheet?
This is how we are planned that this is the fund we require quarter by quarter. That is not the funding requirement. Actually, this is a breakup of the what are the money
Expenses.
we want to spend, expenses, what are the things required. Okay, so this much of money we actually require to cover the 3 years journey. And this is we put very minimal kind of things. Okay, so this is what we want to do. And before previous slides we have a business revenue slide also. That is why we are also very conservative. Okay, so on that slide, so this is the slides. Okay, in this slide we
How are
just
you going to get to 20 lakhs in the, is that what I'm seeing here? 20 lakhs in revenue in the first quarter?
Yes.
How is that viable? First quarter, I don't know when you start counting first quarter, your first quarter is POC, no revenue at all, right?
No, actually this revenue is coming not from referral platform. This revenue is coming from Coupon Khajana. This is the plan.
Which is
So
what?
if we have another site, Coupon Khajana, like coupondunia.com, that we are integrated with Amazon, Flipkart, other Jibame, all the online store, and we are extending our service to offline store also. So by doing this
So that
offline
is
and
already
online
in
store,
revenue?
that is already a revenue, but very mini scale. Okay, not a very big scale, but that is already started.
And you believe that that is going to get to 20 lakhs per quarter when?
Yes, actually, if you can you just go back onto that revenue slides once more. Okay, so this is the target is the viewers. So what we are targeting 10 lakh viewers. Okay, 10 lakh viewers per quarter. So if that much viewers comes, so if we see that Excel, so there is a percentage. So the percentage of sales we are taking just 0.1%. So on this 1%, the commission they are giving by Amazon and Flipkart. So if we multiply by that only, so this is the figure actually we are getting. So
So what is
this
the
is
cost of acquiring this level of traffic? Do you already have this level of traffic?
no. So that is that much of traffic. You have to go to the next slide. The advertisement and digital campaign is to require, and for that fund is required. No, not just previous slide. Previous slide. Yes. So if we do this BTL plus this marketing and digital marketing, OHO and the radio, then this will be quarterly. The radio campaign will be done quarterly and the digital will be monthly and BTL and OBHO. So if we do this campaign, then we will have that much of traffic. So that is also
Nitish,
very
let me tell you a few
conservative.
things here that I'm seeing that stares at me as problems. If you are assuming that all this money, all this quote-unquote funding is going to come externally, it is not going to come. The business that you have presenting here right now is not a fundable business. You're going to have to bootstrap it to some level of traction and validation and so forth. And right now you're presenting two businesses, both of which require bootstrapping, and you're trying to do two businesses in parallel. I don't think that's viable. You have to pick one business and bootstrap it to a certain level of validation at the minimum, and I don't even know if it's a fundable business because I haven't looked at your bottom-up TAM analysis, which is missing from this presentation. I saw some market size numbers earlier. We didn't discuss it, but those are top-down numbers. That's not sufficient. So what is your assumption? Are you here to figure out how to raise funds at this point?
Yes.
It's not viable. It's not a fundable business at this point. You need to completely rethink the strategy of how you're going to build this business, and we'll be happy to help you do that. But right now, as it stands, the strategy that you have in place is not going to work. You're going to go out of business with this strategy.
What is the suggestion on this?
You're going to have to choose one business, and since you have this MTNL thing going, that is, you're going to have to somehow or the other fund until the point where MTNL kicks in gear and starts generating revenues. And I haven't looked at your detailed financials, but is the MTNL revenue going to cover your costs and give you the runway to recruit more customers like MTNL to build out more of a revenue stream? So that's one viable strategy, and you put this whole coupon, you don't really invest in the coupon business. And I haven't looked at the coupon business at all to say one way or the other, whether that is at all viable or whatever. I'd be happy to look at it and give you my input on that. Based on what you've showed me so far, it's the MTNL revenue that seems like if you can complete a successful POC, you can get that to revenue, and that might be a reasonable bootstrapping strategy, but you have to still fund 3 months of no revenue from your own pocket.
Yes, but in terms of coupon, that all other competitors like Coupon Dunia, Grab One, everybody gets good funding. Okay, already they got funding and their expansion like anything. Okay, and this is not a two business. This is just trying to what I mentioned in the first slide. This is an integrated platform that everything is going together. So with the referral also, actually when you refer, I'll give a coupon only. So when you refer your friend, I give another coupon. So when that friend give another friend, then he gets another coupon, something like this. So it's an integrated platform.
Nitish, let me comment. Hold on. Let me comment on how people get funded. People get funded when they show traction. If you can show traction, you have a chance at funding. But you're telling me you're pretty much at zero or just about starting revenues. That is not traction. So now at this point of the game, you're not fundable. It may very well be that your coupon business is integrated into this, but right now you have to bootstrap to a certain level of validation and traction before anybody is going to fund you. So the question is, how are you going to handle the next 6 months, 9 months, 12 months to get to a level of validation that even makes this business fundable? That's the strategy that you need to map out in a lot of detail. I'll be happy to help you do that in further detail, but that is your next order of business. That's your immediate order of business. Okay? Nitish, are you there?
Yes, yes, but your voice is cracked, so last few sentences were not audible.
I said that your next 6 months, 9 months, 12 months order of business is to figure out the strategy of how you're going to bootstrap this to validation and traction. And that means you're doing some of the right things. You're doing the MTNL proof of concept is exactly the right thing. And you need similar other proofs of concepts. You need to figure out how you're going to bootstrap to that phase. You need customer traction. Traction meaning customer traction. You need to validate your business model. You need to validate your pricing model. You need to validate a bottom-up TAM based on that pricing model, that's the business model. These are the things that we need to put in place before you're going to be fundable with this business.
But right now the minimum business what we are doing, that is by that we are able to run our business cost to cost, that things we are able to map. Right now the minimum business we are doing by SMS, email and this coupon, okay, with this platform that we are able to, that we have some small customers, okay, not very big brand, but with this small brand subscriber, the customer, we are able to more or less nullify our cost.
Perfect, that's great. Then you have a bootstrapping strategy. That's excellent. This is the first time hearing of it, but that's fantastic.
Yes.
That's fantastic. So now you need to figure out, so this, what you have, this presentation is not a funding presentation, doesn't cover what funding presentations need to be. So there is a whole lot of requirements in a funding presentation, and there are a few points that you need to meet in terms of a funding presentation. So you're welcome to use the 1M1M platform to create your funding presentation and strategy and so forth, and we'll be happy to help you. But so you're doing, it seems like you're doing a lot of the right things. You need to kind of fine tune all that, but in general, you're doing the right things. So you have customers who are helping you bootstrap. You have some anchor customers like MCNL where you're doing proof of concept, etc. So these are all good steps in the right direction.
Okay. So let's guide us how to do that. Okay, we need some funding to do a jump on this, because if we go by this cost to cost mapping, then our marketing and actually we need this money for this funding for the marketing and promotions only. Okay, the main cost is there.
So to raise any funding right now, I don't see a presentation based on which you can raise funding. So if you want help, if you want guidance on how to develop that, you just hang on. I will explain in a little bit after I finish working with the other two entrepreneurs. I will explain to you how to use 1 million by 1 million, and you can use that to get to the next level.
Okay, right. That's great. Thank you.
All right. Sunny Sharma is next from Delhi NCR. Sunny, if you could unmute your line. Are you there, Sunny? Where is Sunny?
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Cool. So I'm Sunny, right? And I just want to tell you that I've been hearing a lot of your 1M sessions, and I've learned a lot from it. I participated in 192nd 1M session, and a lot of stuff that you'll see is what I've learned from all this over a period of time. And I'm a digital follower of yours, so nothing from the platform, but yes, as a digital follower and YouTube videos. So what we're actually doing is we're using what we're doing is we're using Microsoft Cloud and SaaS-based services, including Azure and Office 365, to power SMBs in India. So we are powering, for us, an SMB would be a company with about 50 to 250 PC base is what they are using. Maureen, can you move to the next slide, please? Maureen, can you, yes. So what our mission is, we want to be a cloud and mobile center for excellence for SMBs across the world. And what we've seen is the SMBs have lack of understanding on technology, and hence it breeds fear for them in usage. This also leads to low productivity and employee dissatisfaction at these businesses. And at the end of it, just because they're not consuming the technology in the right way and the right technology, they end up not growing at the pace that they should because of the potential that they have. So what we have done is we've started deploying these technologies for them, and we are also taking them through a learning curve. For example, once we have deployed a Microsoft piece of Office 365, we enable them to consume each and every service and make them really, really efficient, because deploying a technology is one part and using the technology is another part. So I want to, so Maureen, can you move to next slide now? So this is just numbers that you would also know that India for a cloud space is growing pretty fast, and the market is huge is what I can say. I would not even agree or disagree to numbers, but I would say the market is huge and the penetration is really low, and it's in billions as of now.
Let me just make one comment on this slide, and this is for everybody who is listening. Do not pay attention to these, top-down numbers for market size. You really, for the purpose of understanding your business, analyzing your business, and also for investors, if that's one of your goals, you have to get to bottom-up market analysis, and that is a very specialized kind of analyzing a market. You need to learn how to do that, and that's what is the real driver of what a business's potential is. So that's just something that all of you should keep in mind. Keep going, Sunny, please.
Thanks. Actually, when I look at this particular report, right, our target segment is about 1.8 million businesses, because our target is 10 to 1,000 employees and such, as in businesses who have 10 to 1,000 employees, but I'm talking about PC base. So the number of SMBs with a PC base goes to about 1.8 million in total, and that is what we're targeting as of now. And as you would see in numbers, that the technology adoption and acceptance, because of a lot of digitization which is happening in our country, and a lot of focus from the government is also there to empower SMEs. So there's a lot of technology penetration and awareness which is being created, which is helping our business as well. Maureen, can you go to next slide, please? So what we have observed through different reports, and this is our observation as well, we have carried out certain surveys at our level, because we have powered more than 400 businesses till today. And we are powering 35,000 seats, and I'll talk about those numbers. And this matches up with some of the case studies that we have done, that people who have adopted the right technology in the right way are growing faster, and they are being very, very efficient. So the amount of work they are able to do with lesser employees is visible, and we have made 2 case studies as well. Next slide, please. So our go-to-market strategy is we have 3 key pillars to our strategy. One is we are tying up with local industry bodies and associations to reach out to their members, and that is a kind of a referral ecosystem that we follow. So so for example, if we had a customer for travel industry, we'll power a few customers, then we'll reach out to their industry body and say that, can we take sessions and awareness sessions with them? This is part 1. And we have a very good digital outreach strategy, wherein we are reaching out through our email channels and digital channels like LinkedIn and other stuff to people. And the other part is upsell. So once we've acquired a customer, we'll take him through a journey. So we'll take him through a journey wherein he'll start with a basic amount of technology and pieces of technology, and then he'll start adding up more stuff. And as we see him growing, there are more opportunities that open up, because the company is growing in any case. So I want to show you some examples of our campaigns. Next slide, please.
So before you do that, Sunny, I have a question. Which industries have you been able to penetrate in this mode? Is travel one of the industries?
Yes. So I've been able to penetrate travel a big time, real estate, another thing, and professional services is what I have been able to penetrate. Manufacturing industry is what I've started seeing traction now. So manufacturing, so it's been 5 years into the business, right? And I've seen manufacturing from last 8 to 10 months, they've started adopting technology at a much faster rate. So I wanted to show you our email campaigns, right? So our email campaigns are not sales oriented. So if you see, one of the campaigns have a link to 2 to 3 minute how to do videos that we're creating for people on how they can really adopt a particular piece of technology. And we are guiding them. So these emails are for our potential customers who are members of industry bodies, or they have responded or consumed our content in another way. So these are very, very information sharing emails so that they can spend a lot of time to understand it. So these are not discount mails or something like that kind of stuff. Next slide, please.
And when you get into a client, let's say you said you've got 400 clients. When you get into a client, what is the first thing they're buying from you?
So the first thing that they're buying is either the cloud storage for their individual files, or the server backups or PC backups, or they're changing their email platform. So if they are on an open source email platform, they're going to Microsoft Exchange, hosted Microsoft Exchange, which is called Exchange Online by Microsoft. And they're moving because of the capabilities to access email and content across devices. So they're looking at multiple devices access of their data, whether that is email or documents.
And in these scenarios,
so what we are doing is, we had a chance to meet Satya as well, and
go ahead.
Please. I could not hear you. I could not hear.
I was
You were asking something.
In the scenario that you presented, that you have either cloud hosting or email server change, what is your revenue in each of those scenarios? Are they paying you month by month for cloud storage in the Microsoft Exchange? Are you a VAR of the Microsoft Exchange technology? How are you making money?
Yes. So I have a slide for this to walk you through. So there are two components to it. Obviously, we are a cloud solution provider for Microsoft. There are incentives that Microsoft pays us, but we are not dependent on those incentives to grow our business or sustain our business. We are generating our own services revenue. So what we have done is we have created our packaged IPs, and I'll walk you through a slide. So Maureen, can you go back, please? Not on the slide. I just want you to go back. So I want to tell you that we have a mobile presence, we have a digital presence, and we are building more on it. Next slide, Maureen. So this is a kind of a support portal that we have built for all our customers. So this is a help desk portal that we give to each and every employee of a company who takes our platform or services. So each and every employee can raise a ticket to us, understand. So for example, let's say you have taken OneDrive from us as a company and you have 50 employees. All your 50 employees can directly get in touch with us through a chat or an email platform, and our experts will help you to learn it, use it, and if you're facing any problem, we'll resolve it for you. And that is where we charge for our managed services. This is component one. So this is just component one.
So you're getting paid for training and support as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Next slide, Maureen. So we are running something called a business transformation series. So even if you have, say, if you have taken one of our services, then we'll do a business transformation series and a session in your company to share more knowledge on how you can really transform and what are the best practices. So this is our connect model. So we are not just connecting with the IT manager or the business owner, but we are connecting with all the employees at large within the company through these sessions to drive consumption of technology within the business. So we charge for these sessions also. Next slide, please. So what we have done is these are the packaged IPs that we have created, which includes Foetron Unified Communication Platform, wherein we talk about Skype or Teams that Microsoft has. Document management system involves SharePoint and document storage of OneDrive. Now the product adoption services are more about trainings that we do for people to adopt the product. And similarly, we have done these packaged IPs that we charge for. So Microsoft license transaction obviously gives us some bit of revenue, but most of the the profitability comes from all these services that we end up selling. And the underlying platform is our cloud.foetron.com, which is a managed services portal that we drive our customers through.
Okay.
Next slide, Maureen. So we are a group of 26 people with an average age of 24.7. So we have 26 engineers working for us doing this stuff.
You are based in Delhi?
We are based out of Delhi NCR, yes.
And are the customers, these 350, 400 customers, are they all in the local area?
No, so they're spread across India. Our services are through remote channels, right? So most of our customers, so I would say 60% of the customers are in the North India region, and 40% would be spread across India, but there are cities like Pune or Jaipur who are growing faster, right? So these cities have more customers, and slowly other cities are adopting. We are reaching out through referrals to other channels, and everyone is adopting us. So there's no barrier for us to sell our services.
But you're servicing all India customer base from Delhi NCR?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So you figured out how to acquire customers remotely and service customers remotely?
Yes.
And what is the average revenue that each customer generates for you?
So Maureen, can you move to next slide? And it is about $250,000. So these are the numbers that I wanted to show you. So there are two parts to our revenue.
$250,000 or $2,500 a year?
$2,500, sorry. $2,500 a year, a customer. So that's an average. And there are two parts to revenue. One is Microsoft license selling revenue, which is either we sell it or Microsoft directly sells it. They give us incentives, but the other part of the revenue is services. We'll be crossing about $1 million this year. Last year, we did about $500K of our direct revenue and $1 million in Microsoft subscription selling.
Great. Okay.
And these are two YouTube cases. Maureen, can you go back, please? So these are two YouTube case studies which Microsoft made for us. And these are global case studies of our customers who have really transformed by using our services. So these are published worldwide by Microsoft for us. Next slide, Maureen. So there are two things that I'm doing now. So what we are doing is we are creating content in form of ebooks and videos and articles, and we want to give it through a learning management system. We want to give it to every employee of a customer to learn these technologies and become more productive. So we want to give an e-learning mode to all the employees of customers that we are powering. Secondly, we want to become, as in we are powering a mobile platform now, which will become a digital advisory platform for SMBs to ask questions on how can they really consume technology to be better. And for both these services, we'll be charging a subscription fee again. And we are at a stage that we have started creating videos and content.
Do you have any evidence that is the right next thing to invest in?
Yes, I've seen, because one, our customers are asking for it. So when we're doing business transformation series, customers have said, can you record these videos? So we have started recording. So actually it came in from all the customers saying that, can you give us recorded content? Can you give us how to do PPTs? Because we would want to scale it up.
So you have a little bit of validation. Okay.
Yes. And we have created about 40 videos. And 40 videos had about 8,000 views in total as of today. And these are 2 to 3 minute videos.
Okay.
So now I have three particular things that I wanted to take your advice on. So what is happening as of now is the amount of time it takes to identify a customer. That takes our 75 to 80% of the effort running digital marketing, reaching out to the right customer. Wherein our exact effort is if we find a customer who belongs to our demography, we'll be able to convince him to adopt technology. But our 80% of the effort is going in reaching out to that customer. Second thing is we are leveraging Microsoft Cloud and SaaS-based products to maintain a niche as of now. So should we look at other solution providers to do other services, or should we keep on scaling it up because there's enough potential out there? And are we at a stage where we can raise money for expansion? Because if India is at a stage wherein if I have a physical presence in 5 more cities, my revenue would grow 5 times.
So the first answer to the first question, I can help you answer this question. I'm going to need to spend a lot more time with you actually delving into your customer base. So your 350 to 400 customers, I will ask you a whole bunch of questions that we're going to together analyze that customer base, and I can help you answer that question. That question is answerable, but I need more data to be able to help you answer that question. The second question actually is what my instinct is that, yes, you want a much bigger portfolio of products. Now that you're building these customer relationships, remember you showed me just 2 slides back that your average deal size is $2,500 per year. One of the fastest ways you're going to grow this business is by scaling that up to $10,000 a year, and for that, you need to create compatible solutions that are applicable to your customer base that may be from other vendors. So the answer to your question 2 is that we need to create a portfolio such that your $2,500 average deal size per year goes up to $10,000 and subsequently perhaps more. But yes, so the answer is absolutely you need to look at other solution providers. And are you at a stage to raise money for expansion? If you can answer question 1 and 2 in a meaningful way so that we have a clear deterministic answer to the question of how you acquire customers fast, because everything about raising money is about building a fast growth business. Right now, it's taken you 5 years to get to $1 million in revenue, which is great as a bootstrap business, but for a funded business, this growth rate is too slow. So, however, by tweaking these question number 1 and 2, which are, by the way, the 2 right questions for your business. These are the 2 most important strategic questions for your business. We need to answer those questions and see if that moves this business to a much faster growth company, in which case it would make sense to raise money and you would be successful in raising money. But without answering questions 1 and 2, it will be much more difficult to do that.
One thing that I want to ask you after seeing the presentation, right? What do you think that if we start empowering our user base as an employees of companies with the how to do videos and charging them, do you think that would work in the context that we are at in India? Because the technology adoption and usage is really low.
My instinct is that is not the right offering that will get you to a significantly larger average deal size per customer. I think you need to look at some other things. And I kind of need to understand a bit more of your customer behavior to be able to advise you on where to look, what kinds of additional products and services, other solution providers to look for. But both question number 1 and question number 2 are eminently answerable, and I'll be happy to help you answer those questions. You have data. The best thing is you have 350 to 400 customers. You need to apply the right methodology to look at that data and extract the nuggets from that data to answer those 2 questions, and I think it's doable.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Sunny. Good presentation, good progress. You have a solid business, and now we just need to figure out how to scale it, and that's eminently doable. We go to Anjani Kanti next from Maharashtra, India. Yeah. Where is that? Where is Maharashtra, India?
Sorry, it's the spelling is wrong. It's Maharashtra, India, Mumbai.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I was suddenly questioning my knowledge of Indian geography.
Yeah, I don't know if we had put it or it has been put. I think by mistake.
But go ahead.
It is Mumbai.
You're from Mumbai.
Hi, my name is Anjani Kanti. Yeah. Hi. Hello, Sharma.
Go ahead.
My name is Anjani Kanti. I founded suppliersecure.com. It's an online platform to connect suppliers and buyers of industrial products and services. So it is a bit like Alibaba and a bit like IndiaMart, and there are a lot of other websites which have come in recently. So I can operate the pitch from here.
No, you have to tell me when you want the slides moved.
Okay, so how should I do that? Like, should I say we'll go to the next slide?
Or, the next slide, please. Just say next slide, please, when you're ready for the next slide.
Okay. Yeah. So this is about us. We are a B2B platform. We are a bit like Alibaba, and there are other Indian websites like IndiaMart and IndustryBuyingMowgli.com, which have come up recently. So the idea is to connect suppliers and buyers of industrial products and services. So if you take the value chain of any industry, right from raw material to the end user, there are several supply chains which are involved in a particular value chain. So we want to integrate all of those value chains and connect each companies along the value chain through a single platform where they could use our website either to buy their products or even as a kind of repository of information. So if at any time a buyer is looking for any, yes, ma'am.
Have you picked industry sectors that are particularly ready to adopt your technology, or where the problem is acute, or for some reason, you can tell me what that reason is, that a particular industry sector or 2 are particularly ready to adopt this?
Yeah, there are few industry sectors which would be construction, and there is also solar, renewable energy, and
you were saying
even waste management.
Okay, and why are you saying that these sectors are ready? Have you had conversations in these sectors? Are there customers that are ready to go with you, or what is the source of the validation that you're providing?
I have been working in the construction industry for the last 12 years. So I have been in supply chain myself as a manager for a EPC company. And post quitting my job and working on it full time, we have been to several expos, 20 to 25 of them in cities like Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, and even Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So we had conversations with several suppliers and even contractors and EPC companies. So we spoke to them about the need for the product, and based on that data, we came to a conclusion that there is a need for the product, and also there are few companies which are funded, but we want to be slightly in a different space from what they are. So based on that inputs which I received from them, I mean, we have concluded that there is a need for that product, and these industries would be good to start with. So in every value chain, there are few spots where we said these players, this product would be very suitable, and there are few gaps for whom we would not be of much value at this time. But you know, as we build a product, we want to give them a value proposition. We want to give them some value through which we could get them onto our website and increase engagement.
And what about competition? You said there are some funded companies that are already doing these procurement marketplaces in industrial sectors. The sectors that you just, the subsegments that you just described, are these other players that are further along, are they present in those sectors, or is there a gap in any of the sectors where they're not present?
I mean, nobody is actually looking at it as a sector-based business. They're just trying to sell some products which are sellable. My understanding of those is there is a company who, I mean, I recently went through some of their YouTube videos and all. They are doing, or they wanted to do several things which I had in mind. So, but when I look at their website, they have good traction and they have good product list and all. But when I see some of the products, you know, it looks more like a consumer-oriented product. Like say, if you look at the drilling tools or some of those tools, those tools are not majorly used by industries. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, what I like about what you're saying is the industry sector specific value proposition. And my encouragement to you would be to focus on a particular large enough industry sector where you can really go deep into the workflow and into the supply chain so that the products are right for that industry sector and there are enough buyers and sellers that you can bring together for that particular industry sector. So to kind of reinforce what you're saying about doing this from an industry sector by industry sector point of view, I like it. If you can get a large enough industry sector and just focus on one industry sector and make it a large business just on the basis of one industry sector and really work out the workflow within that, that would be the most defensible way to build this business. And especially if you have particularly strong domain knowledge in that industry sector that you can parlay onto your marketplace design, that would be the best way to build this business.
Okay, ma'am. I just want to add some points here. The way we are thinking is, like you said, you know, one industry, but like there would be few items which could be supplied to several different industries. So
doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Okay.
The point is, when you do something from an industry by industry point of view, there are, you know, every industry has workflows, right? Every industry has workflows, every industry has word of mouth that spreads within that industry faster, so that if you can bring together, let's say you take like the top players of a particular industry, and if you got, you know, 2 of them already on the on your platform, getting the other 8, let's say there are 10 big players, getting the other 8 is going to be a lot easier than going outside the industry, because these 8 people would know who the 2 are, and they don't want to fall behind. There are lots of advantages of doing vertical niches.
Sorry, I thought the call got cut. So yeah, sorry. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds like you could not hear me.
Yeah, actually there was a brief interruption, so I panicked for a second, whether the call got cut or, Yeah.
What I said was that there are
taken.
advantages to doing a vertical industry sector specific strategy, and this is, by the way, this has been going on in technology. Verticalized strategies in technology is not a new thing. It's been going on forever. And all of us who have been in the industry long enough know that it works for a reason. So anyway, for the moment, I don't want to give you a full lecture on why verticalization, but there are obvious advantages to verticalization, and in your business, particularly the business that you're planning to do, there are vastly strong advantages to doing this as a vertical industry specific play.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, point noted. And how we want to approach is we want to target EPC companies and contractors. And if you look at the procurement spend of any company, there is 80% of these low value items. 20% of the low value items, which would occupy 80% of the documentation. So if you do Pareto analysis or ABC analysis for any of the procurement spend, there are these miscellaneous spends which would amount to huge amount of documentation. So we as a company want to aggregate those kind of requirements, and we want to give it as a package to the contractors and the companies which want to buy them, so that they can reduce their documentation and everything could be digitized, and it could even help them in their corporate guideline policy, because you cannot buy miscellaneous items in cash. There are a lot of guidelines which are there in the guidelines which they have to comply to. So we want to help them with those requirements, and we also want to have a workflow which would enable somebody to choose the item and somebody to approve, and the whole thing maintained in digital format.
Yeah,
that is one way we plan to take this forward. So then with regards to the business model, like say if you look at the engineering products, most of them are customized. They are not standard products. They have to be made as per the requirements of the end user or the contractor, whoever is using it. So we want to segregate the products as standard products and customized products. Standard products are those products, they are made like run-on-the-mill production, and people design their equipment or design their plans to, keeping in mind what is available in the market. So, and customized products are those which are designed based on the process, and it is built to the specification and to what is required by the end user. So, for us, we cannot sell standard products on our website. Sorry, we cannot sell customized products on our website, because a lot of buyer and seller interaction would be, sorry?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so a lot of buyer and seller interaction would be required. So we want to be a repository of information knowledge base for those kind of products. That is just to keep, we want to serve industries as a complete package, not as a company which only sells those products which could be sellable and having no information of the other thing. If I'm a buyer and I'm looking for information, I should be able to find everything on supplierscave.com, whether I buy it or not. Maybe I should be able to get to a company which could sell those kind of products. So that is our offering with regards to the customized products. We want to help small SMEs be founded by companies or buyers in some other part of the world, or even in India. Like say if there is a production center in some tier 3 city, and 1,000 miles apart there is a company which is looking for that kind of a product, and this small company is not able to market them. We want to enhance their reach by catering to both sides, both the supplier and seller side. And so
where
with
are
regards
you
to
now?
our progress. Sorry,
what is the progress?
Okay. Yeah, with regards to our journey. Yeah, we have launched an MVP in April this year. Post that, we have attended several expos, and we spoke to several buyers and suppliers, and so we have over 1,000 products on our website and 300 suppliers. So now we are targeting specific suppliers. We have shortlisted few of the suppliers who are listed and few who are not listed, and with whom we are in discussion. So now we are going to negotiate some price and details with those suppliers, and we are also in touch with few of the contractors and companies, and we will speak to them about their buying requirements, and we would probably help them analyze their buying trends and look at products which they are buying on a infrequently on regular basis, which would fall into the 20% of the spend.
And so, what is the business model? Is it going to be a traditional marketplace, e-commerce marketplace business model? You're going to take a commission of the transactions?
Yes, we are going to take a commission of the transaction of the product which could be sold through the website.
Okay.
And for those standard products, for the customized products, it's going to be a little different.
Is it a subscription model for the customized product information?
Yeah, there would be like a free subscription, and for paid subscription, we will give them more value, more data, and how they can improve their business, their leads, etc.
Well, my guidance would be to first get one part of the business running and going, so that you have a marketplace business model up and running. You can worry about the subscription stuff later, but at least get this business going and validated and moving. So
yes,
how far away are you now from getting transactions to start happening on this platform?
I think it could be another 3 to 6 months. Because
what is on the critical path? What do you need in the 3 to 6 months to get this transactions to start happening? You said you already have 1,000 products.
Yeah. The most important thing which we need to do is talk to suppliers and talk to them about their products and the prices for that and the industries which we should target. And then we are in discussion with few of the contractors and companies who buy. So talk to them and get an agreement in place of how we would be doing it and how we would be helping them in their procurement in procuring the products, and then marry both the sides. So that is going to be the critical stage.
Can you do this on a accelerated pace within one industry sector? Take the buyers and suppliers within one industry sector and close the loop and get things moving, get transactions happening within one industry sector?
Yes, ma'am, that is the target. We want to do it as soon as possible. We don't want to waste any more time in strategizing or any of those things. The only challenge I see is like I have been in procurement, and they typically take time in the sense even the buying requirements and the the contracts to be ordered, they typically take time, and there would be a lot of due diligence and documentation which I foresee would be involved, which is why I said 3 months. But I mean, we have every intention to.
As long as you can fund your bootstrap phase, it's fine. 3 months is okay.
Okay. Yeah. At the same time, like you said, we do see the urgency. We don't want to lose it out onto somebody who could just do it with well-funded business. They could just scale it up, have a perfect product on day one, and
So which of these companies, besides Alibaba, which is a different scale company, who else is in the business who is a funded company, larger company?
Yeah, industry buying is, they got something around 12 million funding. They got a funding of 12 million. Mowgli.com, they got a funding of 6 million USD. And Tolexo is, it belongs to IndiaMart, which is, it's a really big company. They're not public, or they're not, what you call, I don't know the amount of funding which they got because it's not in public.
Are these companies generating business? How much do you know? How much activity is happening, and what sectors are participating, and so forth?
When I see industry buying and Mowgli.com, they have few items on their website, but I see mostly industrial tools, solar panels, and there is some cleaning equipment, office equipment, like chairs, and they're even selling chairs, printers, and things like that. So
they're not doing industrial transactions?
No, if you look at, their videos and all, do sound a lot of industrial, but on the face of the website, it doesn't look very industrial to me. But I mean, like maybe what could be sellable, like whether if you're selling maybe drilling tools which could be used in a house, maybe some consumers are buying it. But I don't know whether those kind of tools would really be used in the industry, since I come from the industry. But at the same time, I mean, I should not be too skeptic, or I should not be what to call, maybe
but you should be aware of what's happening in the competition, but really be focused on what your strategy is. Find the vertical where you can move quickly and get both buyers and sellers for that particular industrial vertical to come on your platform and start transacting. I mean, at some level, that is the most important thing for you to zero in on and get knocked off first.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So
okay.
the future is, it is for us to write. So it's a blank.
The future is a blank slide.
Yeah, we will be writing the future.
All right. Okay. Well, good luck. Keep me posted how things are going, and hope I'm going to spend some time now to explain to you how to use 1M1M, and if you decide that you want to use 1M1M, I'll be happy to work with you further.
Sure.
But folks, a quick pointer. Thank you, Anjani, for your presentation. A quick pointer. Those of you who are, you hear me saying this word bootstrapping all the time. Bootstrapping is very much a part of the philosophy of the 1M1M program. And whether you bootstrap first and raise money later, or you bootstrap all the way, it doesn't matter, but you're going to need to bootstrap to validation and traction. Otherwise, you're never going to raise money, because that's just how the industry operates. So you could look at lynda.com or LinkedIn Learning, and I have a course on bootstrapping that may be worthwhile for you to listen to. It's about an hour course, and it's free. If you like what we are doing here, please pass the word around. We want to see more of you and work with you on more of your businesses. Resource-wise, everything is at 1mby1m.com. You will find a blog, which actually it seems like many of you are already following the blog, and other free resources that are available on the website or on our various social media channels, including YouTube. That's fine. The Entrepreneur Journeys book series is another piece of learning material, another body of learning material. You'll find them all on Amazon Kindle. There are 12 books, and these are case study based books. So you can, in each topic, there are a dozen case studies. If you're doing bootstrapping with a paycheck, that would be 12 to 16 case studies on that particular topic, on that particular strategy of business building, and you can learn from entrepreneurs who have done it successfully and the nuances of how to do it successfully. If you go to the website, there are tons of videos, video FAQs that will help you understand the program better, answer your questions about the program, including, do we help you raise money? Yes, we do. There are, however, caveats on what is fundable, what is not fundable. All those questions are answered within the FAQs. These roundtables happen every week. So you're welcome, all the way to the holidays. There are every week roundtables. You're welcome to join us in the upcoming roundtables. Just go to the free public roundtables page and register to pitch or attend. The premium program is our full-blown acceleration program. That is where we provide you with extensive methodology guidance, actual project coaching, in the strategy consulting, project coaching, mentoring, whatever you call it, but actually hands-on working with your businesses. We help you with business development. We have a terrific curriculum that is an online curriculum that you can use to learn on your own time. And we help you with financing and media relations. Getting the word out there about your business is important. We have a lot of clout to get the word out there about your business. So that is our 1M1M premium program, $1,000 annual membership fee. And you can use it for as long as you need to. We have companies that stay in the program for multiple years as they work through their business building process. The $1 Million Club link on the homepage would give you some case studies of successes. You'll find an ROI analysis quantifying the 1M1M value equation on the homepage as well. The 1M1M self-assessment is series of questions that we recommend that you ask yourselves. These are questions that investors would ask you. But before investors ask you, we want you to ask these questions of yourselves so that you can step through a strategic review of your business on your own. And if you have, if you run into knowledge gaps that you can't answer, certain questions you cannot answer, you can go sign up for 1M1M Basic, which is our curriculum-only $99 a month option, where you can plug those methodology gaps as well. So if you decide you don't want to yet join the premium program, but you want to still use the 1M1M methodology guidance, you can do that by joining 1M1M Basic. So, there are lots of, as I, stepped you through, there are lots of levels at which you can engage with 1M1M and the learning platform that we've created. And, just do whatever is suitable for you. You'll find lots of information on the website, video FAQs, and so forth. The program is case study based. People have done successful entrepreneurship before, and you can learn a lot from them. So what we have done is we have brought together over 750 entrepreneurs who have done this before, successful businesses, built successful businesses before, and we've captured their case studies, their lessons from the trenches, their guidance, their advice, etc., in a full-fledged online curriculum based on case studies and video lectures, and you get to learn from them. You get to stand on the shoulders of these people who have done it before and who are being generous with teaching you how to do it. And that's very helpful because, if you try to make all the mistakes yourselves, it's going to take you a long time. So it's actually better to learn from other people who have done it before and who have knowledge that they bring to the table, leveraging which you can move faster. That's pretty much it. We are a very lean startup kind of methodology, and we don't want you to burn through a lot of cash. We want you to go slow on the cash burning so that you can really build in a capital efficient manner. As I said, we do a lot of media coverage for you for the businesses that we work on, and you can leverage that to get credibility and success and so forth. You can, anyways, everything is on the website at this point, so that's your best starting point. Upcoming free roundtables, we have 2 more in December before the holidays, and 4 in January, all 4 January Thursdays we have roundtables. So sign up for one of them and come talk to me so that we can start working on your business. That's pretty much all I want to cover, and we can go to Q&A. These are the call-in numbers. Please feel free to call in and follow the instructions on the slide. And if you have questions that you want to ask in the public chat, just turn your chat to send to all participants and start typing in questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. And by the way, this is also a good time to introduce yourselves. There are a lot of people in the room, so if you tell us where you're joining from, what you're working on, who you are, what your challenges are, this would be a very good time to network as well. It is also a networking session.
Hello, Sharma, this is Anjani Kanti from Suppliers Cave.
Yep, go on.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking for people to join me as co-founders or even to build the product together. So
okay.
I thought about this website over 18 months back, and I started it all alone, and now we have a small team. And I mean, any suggestions or ideas on how to get people who could complement my skills? Say, for example, I don't have any technical IT skills to build the websites, etc.
So Anjani, my first and most important guidance is to work with people with whom you have working relationships and whom you trust. A co-founder relationship is an intense relationship. It is more intense than a marriage because you're under an enormous amount of stress together. And going into that relationship with people whom you don't know and whom you don't have some prior understanding with is very dangerous. So my suggestion would be to look for your co-founders within your network of people you've worked with before.
actually before I quit my job, the idea was my wife will have a paying job while I work on it solo. And over a period of time, my wife has taken interest and she joined me as a co-founder. And so probably she is also quitting. She will be quitting her job soon, and we'll be working on it full time together. So
well, maybe not. We also see a lot of cases where one of the in a couple, one of them keeps the job for a while, and you do bootstrapping with a paycheck. And we have very well-defined, developed methodology for bootstrapping with a paycheck, where one of the co-founders maintains a paycheck to at least for several months to get to a certain level of traction, and that's a reasonable strategy as well. So don't be obsessed about quitting the job and joining full time.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Folks, let me also introduce you to Irina Patterson on the 1M1M team. If you have questions about the program, you can always reach out to her, Irina at 1mby1m.com. She'll be happy to answer your questions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
You're very welcome. So, folks, I would appreciate if you don't send me private messages. You can send the chat messages to send to all participants so everybody can read your messages, and I'll be happy to answer questions from the public chat as well. I see somebody, Srihari Bejugam, is sending me private messages. If you could please turn those into public messages, that would be great. Anybody, questions? Mayan Flanders from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. I have a problem connecting with audio. I'm working on a startup that currently is offering traditional business IT services such as database management, ERP development, and business intelligence and analytics. All right. And are you offering that to customers in your geography, or you're offering that to customers outside of your geography as well? Within your geography, okay. Good. Feel free to use any of the 1M1M resources that helps you learn and mature your business. Anybody else? Srihari, would you like to ask your question? You're sending me a hi, Romana, but I don't see what the question is. Anybody else? Questions, comments, introductions? Sure, you can call in from the phone. The instructions for calling are on the screen. You can also type in your questions into the public chat. You need to let us know whether you have further questions or not. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up the session and get going. All of us have lots of work to do, and I'm sure all of you are entrepreneurs or getting ready to be entrepreneurs, so you have a lot of work to do as well. Tremaine Flanders from Trinidad is saying, however, the long-term goal is to create startups. We have a startup in first stage development. It's to solve parking problems in our country and region. I've been doing this as a requirement for my master's project. However, the intention is to launch as a business. It is moving slow because of lack of data in the industry. My intention is to seek funding for this startup locally and internationally. Well, don't assume that seeking funding or getting funded is success in a startup, especially in areas which do not have much of a seed funding industry. Raising funding is extremely difficult, and the business that you're talking about is a relatively small business. Small businesses are not fundable, so you need to understand what is fundable, what is not fundable, how to raise money, and so forth. There's quite a bit of learning that you need to, put in place so that you can, make the right decisions instead of single-mindedly chasing financing. A lot of companies fail just by single-handedly or single-mindedly chasing financing. Andy Boggs, you're on the line. Go ahead.
Hi, Sharma. Nice to meet you. It's an honor to meet you. Yes, my name is Andrea Boggs, and I'm the editor of sprinklernews.us.
Okay.
And I believe I first became aware of you and what you're doing on LinkedIn, and I've been interested ever since, and I've learned a lot, actually.
Great.
And yeah, and I don't think that my business is anywhere near like ready to be. I don't consider myself an entrepreneur. Well, it's not even really a business. That's kind of not the right word. It's more like a hobby, but it's a website. It's a news website where I have Google Ads, and I know you've talked a lot about Google Ads, like ads not being a source of revenue because you just don't have enough visitors, and that's true in my case. And yeah, so
what is the website? What kind of news do you put on what kind of content do you put on the website?
Usually I just put like front page news, but I sort of tend to be interested in watchdog type stories or political stuff. If I see it as like marginal and not that interesting for the future, like I won't include it. I'll leave that to just, or if it's a disaster, I don't include that. Like I don't cover hurricanes and weather disasters. I do cover climate change.
So what brings you here? Is it because you are thinking of turning something into a business or starting a business? Is that at the back of your mind? Is that what brings you here?
Yes, I think so. But another problem that I'm facing is that I'm just learning how to like build apps that have like users. Like I don't have any users on the website. I mean, I have visitors, but people can't like sign in, and I don't know how to make an app yet. I'm learning Android basics and things like that. Yeah, so that's kind of. I guess
those things. A lot of entrepreneurs who don't come from a technical background outsource the app development work to agencies. So that shouldn't be the gating item. What you need to do is, I would say, first and foremost, learn some basics of business building. So in your case, my recommendation would be you should sign up for the 1M Basic monthly program and just do some curriculum work and give yourself kind of like the basic knowledge of how to build a business.
Okay. I wrote that down. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Good luck.
Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Anybody else? Questions, comments, introductions, scenarios, issues, roadblocks?
Hello, Sharma. This is Anjani Kanti from Supply Chain again.
Yeah. Go ahead, Anjani.
Yeah. So, say if some investors approach us or what should be our strategy?
Investors will approach you and want to know what is your level of traction. Investors, especially investors in India and today nowhere, do not invest in concepts. So I think the first and foremost, you kind of need to ask those investors what stage do you invest in, and they will invariably tell you that we are looking for companies that are validated. So then, and your answer at that point would be that, okay, well, let's keep in touch and we'll get back to you once we've got this to a certain level of validation. Because, that's about all you can do at this stage of the game.
Okay, because why I'm asking this is we didn't approach any investors from our end. I got a mail from one of the investors company saying they would like to know about our growth story. So actually, we were really surprised because we don't have much traction, and at that point in time, and we were still kind of iterating what should be the next move or things like that. So we took some time in answering back because we didn't want to answer something and then which is not well thought out. So after that, nothing much happened. After we responded.
Nothing will happen. The stage at which you are right now, nothing will happen. Investor-wise, nothing will happen. It's too early.
Okay. So what is the best approach? Like say when somebody approaches us, or we get a meeting with any of the investors. Like say we are at this stage. When should we get back to you again?
I think the right thing is to say that we are not ready yet, but give us your. Let's keep in touch, and we'll be in touch when we are ready to raise money.
Okay. Okay.
Because right now you're going to have an unproductive meeting, and you're going to blow your first impression, and that's not a good way to approach investors. Because getting another meeting with the same investors takes a long time. So you want to create a strong first impression with your ducks lined up, and just blowing these meetings is kind of useless.
Yeah.
But if they approach you, you talk to them politely, you exchange notes, you ask them what do you invest in, what stage do you invest in, you get to know them and build a bit of a relationship. But you should be upfront and honest about that. We're not ready yet.
Okay. And so when investors ask for validation, is it like registered users, or is it revenue, or is it a good traction, or is it some kind of collaborations and tie-ups with companies?
It's a validation of whether your business is working or not. So there's definitely, validation, traction. In your case, it's a marketplace, so you need both sides of the marketplace working and transacting. You need to show a total available market analysis that they can buy into and agree with. You can show a team. You need to show a team and so forth. So those are, I would say, team, market, and traction are the ones that need to be.
Okay.
Team, TAM, traction is probably what I would say are the three issues.
Okay. So with regards to the business, so the B2B customers, they might not actually transact through the website. So even if it is an offline transaction which happens through our website, that would be considered as a validation?
No, it will not. If you're doing an online marketplace, and if your hypothesis is that you are building a scalable online marketplace, then you have to show traction and validation around that online model. If the transactions are not happening online, that is not validation, that is not traction.
Because even online transactions would need certain amount of infrastructure where we invest in the IT and things like that. So we were thinking, with the MVP that we have, we could probably do some offline transactions or, semi-automated transactions.
That is not going to be considered. That's not going to be considered traction.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
That will not be considered a marketplace, an online marketplace validation. Because it's a certain behavior you're expecting, or you're demanding a certain behavior change in a customer base. Unless you show validation that that customer base, that particular segment of the industry is behaving in that way, you don't really have a business.
Okay. And say if the B2B customers, they look for credit and we tie up with a third party who typically gives the credit to them and kind of try to make them do the transaction online, but you know, the funds come through some other route. How would that, what would that be?
You have to work through, all that needs to be programmed into how you design the marketplace. If that is a key part of the marketplace design, then that needs to be designed into the marketplace and factored into the workflow.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any other questions? All right, folks, we'll wrap up for today then. We will see you next week on Thursday, and please go ahead and register on the website to attend or pitch, and I hope to work with more of you next time. Bye-bye.